Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about two more decks for quick play. This works between, say, recruit and veteran. I haven't tested these with the Nightmare at the beginning. My previous video I did two sets that were tested on Nightmare Act 1. I hadn't carried through with it. These have been tested on online with veteran. It doesn't really make a difference. The game is definitely noticeably harder at the minute. But I've just done a couple of runs with these tests. Well, testing these the last couple of days. In multiple quick play sessions, adjusting them, and this is what I've come up with. So if you like this video, please leave a like. I'm going to start my video again like I always have, and I'm going to talk about a little tip. If you're on controller, is the gamepad settings, and you want to set your horizontal sensitivity to 50 and your vertical sensitivity to 25, and then you want to come down to the bottom here and you want to turn your aim assist friction to 0 and the aim assist magnetism to 100, or whatever you think feels comfortable. But the friction I found really horrible, so I wanted that off. Anyway, I hope that helps you. So what I'm going to talk about today on these two decks I've come up with. Again, these are DLC decks, and I might throw in my money deck at the end in case you haven't seen my other video. But I recently got the expired T5, and I got the Ultrasonic healing card, which I'll go over. Those are the two. My previous video, I showed the stimulants, I can't remember, experimental stimulants build, which was under Walker, I think I called it, but it's now called Evangelo Stimulants, because I think he works best with that. And Crippling Frequency, I again had it as a mum and Dan build, and I've just renamed it to Dan. So those two builds are still there, and we'll start with the expired T5, which has been a lot of talk about this card, and a lot of worries that people are going to say it's going to need nerfing, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. I'm going to say I'm neutral on it. I quite enjoy it, but it's not. It's a different play style, and the fact that it works is fun. So this is what I've come up with, and I think this is what most people are working with. Of course, the two cards I'm actually going to show here, you can actually combine them both, which I just played with someone who did that. They had both cards, and that probably works as well. But this is something that I came up with. I think Charisse works fantastic with this, which is why I put it as her card. But what we've got, the expired T5, create a cloud that deals 8 fire damage to weak spots every second. And I've tried making this a bit more of a grenade heavy like deck, but it just doesn't, it loses its balance in my opinion when you start throwing too many grenade pouches. And I think there's a fire in the hole, looks like a great card that would possibly work well with this, gives you temporary health, but I couldn't really get it to feel fluid in what I explained at the beginning in quick play, which is what I mostly play a lot, which is between veteran and recruit. I don't do Nightmare, and I wouldn't suggest anyone quick plays into Nightmare. We're getting lost here. Amped up. When a horde is triggered, your team gains 20 health. It's a great card. Anything here is going to be to mainly get health back. So Vanguard, same deal. This is going to be mainly a melee build. I prefer the bat, or say the hatchet, or even the new claws, rather than the fire axe. With this build, you haven't really kind of got the stamina to use the fire axe in this build, and because you've got the expired T5, it's best to avoid using, say, the assault rifle. So you want to again be using, say, shotguns, or you want to be using like the Uzi or the UMP45, even the TAC 9 shotgun. I can't remember what it's called. That's a very good shotgun if you can get that upgraded, particularly if you go in the hives. Brazen, melee efficiency and melee attack speed, reckless strategy for the weak spot damage, killer instinct because we've got the Meth Head down here, so it disables aim down sights, and I quite like that, but again you could probably change that damage card out. Run like hell for move speed, it's an essential card in general, it's very nice to have. Meth Head, as I've just explained, so each swing actually gives you more stamina, and if it's not going to be a melee main, this build, similar to my other stimulants, but it's going to be for when you want to clear out some ridden quickly, use your melee, and then when, say, there's a big mutation heading towards you, pull out your main gun, you help your team finish that. But and of course, if you get overrun and ridden, you can just hit the T5 and it will cause fire to the surrounding people you're in, and you can actually make use of run like hell by actually running or jumping and running. I like this sort of combination of sprint running and jumping into, say, the ridden hordes, and you can actually get quite a lot more kills with the T5. I believe that's what people want nerfed, but yeah, it is what it is. Energy drink, because I like that card, but you can again change that for another stamina card, but that one works good. Well rested and fit as a fiddle. I found the two of these were quite needed, just to make sure you have enough health. Overall, I tried it with just well rested and just fit as a fiddle, and they complement each other quite well here. Face your fears for the same reason, you get 1 temporary health per close quarters kill. Ignore the pain. It was a new one for me. I've not really used this before, but I felt like if you've just got you run out of bullets and you've just got the melee, it still means you can actually get yourself out of some tough situations, and as well you can help if your teammates get caught up a bit. So which happens a lot with this new update, very much so. Your team can get caught up and you're all reloading, or you're slow, or you're bleeding. There can be some sort of panic moments. So I found that works well with this. This has all been tested, as I say, for quite a long time in Quickplay. Battle Lust is to heal one health back. And Pyro is the kind of key with this build, because it actually helps with the T5, expired T5. So, as it says at the top here, it causes fire damage, deals 8 fire damage to weak spots, which is basically an instant kill, I think, on most enemies other than mutations. And it says here, 100% fire damage kills grant you a free temporary health. So I've actually noticed for Charisse, if you hit the T5, you can actually come away with about 20 plus health on temporary health, and it's a very nice. I've never found myself needing health too desperately. It's been a really fun, I'd say a fun deck for quick play, which is what we're talking about here. And then so if I was to go on this one I just made, I've just tested it out, and I've just done a really good run in veteran quick play with a mixed group, which is very fun. And as I said, that actually one of the players I had with me had the T5 and the Ultrasonic together, which is possibly not a bad idea to actually experiment yourself with that. But anyway, what we've got here, we've got at the top, heal 1 health each second over 7 seconds to nearby teammates. It's not very long range, this. I don't know what the range is, possibly like 10 meters, maybe. Not even that, I'm not too sure. But what I've noticed on the whole is actually it's more useful for myself. If you're taking a bit of damage, just top it up. Don't let it so you take too much damage. You want to kind of keep on top of your health bar with this. And then with this being a dock deck, I say I wouldn't recommend this for Nightmare, but what you can do then is it also keeps you occupied if you can just keep other stuff to heal your team. Which I found very rare, really. I've got the... So we'll go through it. I'll go through it instead of saying what I'm going to say. But basically, I've got the Scavenger perk on here, so you get extra pills and things throughout the map, and you can use that whenever you feel like. And that, combined with this, means you're doing plenty of healing. So we've got the Face Your Fears, get close quarters temporary health. Well rested again, and As A Fiddle. Again, I tried just doing one of these, and it just wasn't quite enough good balance. You can get in downed and you can get in trouble, and you can still get in trouble, but on the whole this is still pretty good. For Nightmare you're going to want some more damage, or you're going to want a damage dealer like I had. We had a good I think it was a glass cannon build I was with me, and worked very well. I just kept them topped up with health, and yeah, it was a solid team. So energy drink here, medical expert, which for doc is kind of needed, reckless strategy, run like hell. All these cards I really like. Cold brew coffee, again a fantastic card. EMT bag, so mainly as doc, or if you're going to be whoever you want to be. You could probably be mum, or say even Dan. Maybe with this build you can at least be quite efficient with your healing. Support scavenger, so again, as I just said, you can find more bandages and things throughout the map. Amped up when a horde is triggered, you gain 20 health. Can be a bit OP. You could possibly change out if your team's solid for health, but just to be on the caution side, I felt that was a good card to throw in there. Now these ones kind of balance my doc build out overall. Group therapy, when you use a medical accessory, all teammates heal for 8 health. I really like that. It doesn't matter, I think if even you use it, it heals everybody. And then healing a teammate also applies 50% of the effect to you, and I believe that combined with the EMT bag means you don't really need to heal yourself. You can just heal other people, and that will in turn heal you enough that, and it's more often not, if you're the weaker, if you're the one that's taking more damage, just heal someone a little bit, even with Doc's standard heal, and you'll do enough hit to heal you fully usually, and then some, because you've got the overheal with the well rested. So I recommend these two builds. They've been good fun with this new update. It's definitely noticeably a bit harder. These added, I wouldn't say these are a meta by any means. Even the expired T5 I wouldn't say is a meta. It just makes the game, I would say, somewhat easier, and it adds a nice dynamic to the gameplay, for sure. Really did enjoy that. If I go back, this is what was in my other video, but I'll show it in this one in case this is the one you end up appealing the most. This is a money deck. This is, I believe, most of the money cards, if not all the money cards in the game, and this is what I find myself using more frequently. Not recently, because I've been testing, But if I just want to kick back and relax, particularly if it's recruit quick play, this is generally what I'll go for, because what you can end up doing is you earn enough money in the game that you can end up buying more cards outside of these already existing ones. So you can have more than 15, which of course that is essentially the meta in the game, is to be able to have as many cards as you like in the game. It's just luck and RNG, whatever you find on that map and whatever spawns in. So we got hazard pay, share the wealth, copper scavenger, lucky pennies, money grubbers, compound interest, bounty hunter, ammo stash, face your fears, and then some of these bottom here, these are basically just a collection of favorites that I think are kind of essential in this deck building. So the ammo stash, for example, gives you unlimited ammo. Your secondary, and as I said before, you can practically clear levels single-handedly with that kind of card alone, because you've got unlimited pistol ammo or whatever shotgun you're going to use. And the face your fears in close quarters, which I am a lot in anyway. A lot of the time I'm close quarters, so that's a fantastic. I had that in pretty much all of my decks I've made. I think I've got face your fears, run like hell, energy drink, reckless strategy, just so you can get by on at least veteran level. Cold brew coffee, amped up an EMT bag. And then from there, you know, as I say, you can buy any card you come across, and it's a lot of fun. So if this video helped you, please leave a like. I'll put all the cards in the description, and thank you very much for watching.